Hello and welcome to the Dr. Janine Show. I'm Dr. Janine Bowring, naturopathic doctor, and today's topic is full body detox, what they don't want you to know. Specifically, I'll be talking about forever chemicals, what they are, and how we can protect ourselves and detox those out of our body, as well as microplastics, which definitely has been in the news. I'll be talking about toxins in foods and in supplements. I've got a great demo to show you as to, some of the things that we really want to be aware of when we're putting different things into our body. So doing this in a natural way, that's what I'm all about. Make sure you're staying tuned for the entire show because, as you know, if you've watched before, close to the end, we will have our trivia section. And here, Lucy. So Lucy helps me out. She is going to be helping us out in a little bit of an anatomy lesson today. And just participate. Just do your best, whether you know anatomy or not. It's sort of a preface for next week's show as well, continuing the discussion on full body detox. So Lucy's going to help us. So say hello to Lucy. Thank you, Lucy, for helping us out. And we are drawing today for our veggies multi from our sponsors at VitaTree. So we thank them for all of their support of the show. And this is what you'll be drawing for. And again, you don't have to answer the questions correctly. Just do your best. All of our participants who try to answer questions in the trivia section, they will be entered in to win that prize. So welcome to everybody. If you're new here, I hope that you'll subscribe to the channel so that you're always aware of my newest and latest videos and podcasts and all these things. So this is recorded as a podcast as well in our series. So I'm so happy to have you all here and along for the ride. So detoxification. There is definitely a problem with toxins, and it's not something that's always openly discussed, I think, in mainstream medicine, and there are different reasons for that, which I won't get into, but I believe, in my own opinion, being a naturopathic doctor, that toxicity has a lot to do with what's going on in terms of our overall functioning of our internal organs, and that's why I brought Lucy along to kind of show us what's going on in terms of our insides, because we don't see them. We don't often think about, the importance of their functioning. So today's topics will sort of zero in on why it's so important that our internal organs, especially our liver, our kidneys, are working optimally to help to keep us healthy. And that's why diseases, and a lot of them, most of them, are preventable if we're doing the right thing. So let's start with the forever chemicals. So why are they called forever chemicals? Well, they're called this because they simply don't break down. And there's something called bioaccumulation in our body, meaning that over time, these chemicals are not well detoxified by our internal organs. And this is something that the forever chemicals are persistent in the environment. We are exposed to them, and it's something that we definitely have to be aware of. And I'm going to go through the list of, the different ways that we would be exposed to these forever chemicals. And what's interesting, most recently in the news, is that California banned the PFASs, and that's what the forever chemicals more specifically are known as, and especially in food packaging and in children's products. And this goes to an effect in July of 2023. As you can appreciate, not right away, they need to be phased out of California and California products, and that takes a few years, but that is good news, in my opinion, that of course that these are being phased out of the environment there. So hopefully other states and other countries will follow suit in, in that legacy to clean up our environment. Now, where do we find these forever chemicals? So they are found in fast food containers. If you've ever purchased a fast food container and you notice that the inside has sort of a shiny little coating on it to help to prevent the oil from seeping through, well, that is the forever chemicals, the PFASs, as well as pizza boxes notoriously have the forever chemicals, microwave popcorn bags. So you know that you've heard that microwave popcorn is not healthy for you. This is one of the reasons, because of those forever chemicals. Candy wrappers, as well as non-stick cookware, as well as stain-resistant coatings on carpets, upholstery, and other fabrics. Water resistance that is a chemical that's added to clothing. So this is something else that you have to be aware of, especially in pajamas for youngsters, something that you definitely have to check the labels. Paints, as well as pesticides and shampoo, can also have these forever chemicals, and sunscreen even as well. So it's something that we know in this past summer that sunscreen was in the news. This is one of those reasons. So what are the PFASs? It stands for per and polyfluoroalkyl substances. So it does have a component of fluoride, which I have an entire show about the toxicity issues with fluoride, so make sure you check that out if you missed it. This is a class of synthetic compounds that have been linked, of course, to adverse health risks and outcomes. So one of them is a weakened immune system because of the forever chemicals, which is something we definitely don't want these days, as well as reproductive and developmental issues. So this leading to fertility issues, which we know is a problem and an ongoing problem. An increased susceptibility to cancer has been linked to the forever chemicals and other negative health aspects. So this is something that we definitely want to be made aware of whenever we can decrease our exposure to the forever chemicals. That's point number one. But the second part of it is, how do we detox them out of our body? I mean, it's one thing that having been exposed for years and not knowing, we have to get them out of our body. So I'm going to share how to do that in just a moment. And I want to say a quick hello to Lana Banana 96, News 007, Reina 777. Hello, nice to see you. You're all on TikTok. On Facebook, Arletta and Sandra are here. Thank you for tuning in today. On YouTube, Cedric, Cater, and Natasha Razor are also here. Thanks everyone for tuning in. It's great to see you. So again, if you've got questions throughout the show, make sure that you are leaving them in the comments section. My team is feeding them to me. I also have TikTok here in front of me. Good Living Keto. Hello, nice to see you. And Michelle 7974, nice to see you on TikTok as well. So thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in. I hope that you're learning something new because it is a fascinating topic. At the same time, I like to give you the practical tips so that you can actually help yourself. And that's what it's all about, sharing the information that I research so that you can do something today actively to start making a healthier life for yourself and for your family. So how do we detox the forever chemicals? Well, first and foremost, there are a great, fantastic group of vegetables known as the cruciferous vegetables that are fantastic at helping to break down these forever chemicals and eliminate them from the body. Now, one of the components is called indole 3-carbinol, and this is known to help with estrogen, so it helps to balance out the estrogens, but it helps to produce something called DIM. So DIM is diindonyl methane. I hope I didn't. Diindonyl. It's a mouthful. Say that 3 times fast. Diindole methane. Diindole methane. There we go. I think I got it. So sorry, that was pretty loud for the podcast. But anyway, so what the DIM does, so DIM for short, helps to balance estrogen. So this is known, and we've known for years, that the indole 3-carbinols, and I've always said this to my patients, my female patients especially, but for the guys as well, because men can also have high estrogen, which is very compromising to their manhood, but also their hormonal breakdown in terms of their testosterone. So I'll talk about that in just a moment. But what the DIM does is it helps to balance estrogens, and it helps to decrease the less effective or the less positive estrogens in our bodies. So it helps to stimulate the production of the less potent and more beneficial form of estrogen known as the 2-hydroxyestrone. So this is the better estrogen and because we have different estrogen breakdown products, but also the DIM helps to decrease the 16-alpha hydroxyestrone. So this is the not so favorable estrone, and this has been linked to weight gain, ladies. So if you've got a lot of this, 16-alpha hydroxyestrone, this can make you gain weight and also increases the risks of some of the cancers like breast and uterine cancer. So we definitely don't want to have too much of the 16-alpha estrogen. So the DIM from the indole-3 carbonyl from the cruciferous vegetables is something that is really helpful. So this also helps to, and it has been shown in the literature to help to decrease the cancer risk from breast and prostate cancer. So guys, this is important for you as well. And that's one of the reasons why, yes, in the diet, I do my best to increase my indole-3 carbonyls, but I also make sure that I'm taking these in a supplement form. And that's why in a freeze-dried, multi that contains these vegetables, that's something that's really important to me personally, based on my mom's history, with having breast cancer, to ensure, and I always check my hormone levels personally, and I think that that's something definitely that you can all do as well, to know where you're at, because prevention is always better than cure. Okay, so some more tips on how to detox these forever chemicals. So we talked about the indole-3 carbonyl, so they're your cruciferous vegetables, which are broccoli, cauliflower. These are really helpful for helping to get rid of, the forever chemicals. Now, also, I love chlorella. So chlorella is something that I also take daily. It is mixed in with my B complex, and this is something that is really important, as well as spirulina. So these are both blue-green algae, which are known to help to trap a lot of toxins, heavy metal toxins as well, but also these forever chemicals. Also ensuring that you have proper enzymes. So your own enzyme secretion in terms of your own digestion, eating in a nice relaxed setting is important, something that I've talked about in my other videos, but also making sure that, maybe you need to take an enzyme supplement, and that's part of a protocol for a lot of, of the long-term serious diseases in terms of cleaning up that toxic mess that unfortunately we can be inundated with. And good gut health. So we know that probiotics, having that healthy microbiome, so whether it is in the dairy products, again, in the cheeses, are a great source. And these are often the aged cheeses, but sometimes, the more, the fancy cheeses as well that have these great probiotics. So eating a variety of foods that contain these live microorganisms is always going to be something that's helpful for your digestive tract, for your microbiome, to help to keep you healthy. So that's something in terms of, detoxing these forever chemicals, something that you definitely want to make sure that you are aware of. So if you're just tuning in, I'm Dr. Janine. Today I'm talking about full body detox and what they don't want you to know about. And more specifically, giving you practical tips that you can implement today to help to detoxify these chemicals from your body. I want to thank everybody who's here today. Stay tuned. We are coming up to our trivia section of the show, which is always so much fun. So we'll be there in a few moments. Okay, now I want to talk a little bit about microplastics. So definitely these have been in the news. We know the state of our oceans. There are movies about this now. And microplastics, just to give you an example, in just one plastic water bottle, the concentrations of microplastics have been as high as 10,000 plastic pieces of these microplastics per liter of water. 10,000. So imagine that. And if you're ingesting, and this is something that I educate people, try to do your best to not drink from plastic water bottles. And in studying those, again, another study, 259 bottles were tested, only 17 were free of plastic. So that was only 6.5% of the bottles, all the plastic water bottles that were tested, only 6.5% did not have these plastics floating around. So when they say that it's, BPA free and all of these great labels on plastic water bottles, the microplastics are not so safe. So this is something, again, to make yourself more aware of and start to transition more into, if you do need to purchase your water into a glass water bottle, is definitely the way to go. Now, according to one study, drinking bottled water means drinking microplastics. That was the title. So again, we have to, it's food for thought, something that I want you to think about and make those transitions for yourself. Now, every year, roughly 13 million metric tons of plastic finds its way into the oceans. And a study from 2014 found that there were more than 5 trillion pieces of plastic in the ocean. Over 90% of them were less than a 1/4 inch long. So very small, and that's why they're called microplastics. And they can be the biggest threat because they're often eaten, it's not just for human health, but starting right from the get-go in the oceans by plankton, and other small creatures in the ocean, and quickly make their way up the food chain, so into larger fish, birds, and other species. So it's something that we definitely want to be aware of, and it's also found in sea salt. So that's why when I had a whole show all about salt. If you missed it, make sure that you check it out on my channel, because the salt show, I elaborated to some of the healthier salts to eat that, you don't have to worry so much about the microplastics. Okay, so I want to say a quick hello to San Diego Acupuncture. Nice to see you. So, and the question came up from San Diego Acupuncture, what about BPA free? So BPA free is going to be free of BPA, but it's not necessarily free of microplastics. So that's something definitely to be aware of. Okay, so how do we detox these microplastics? Again, giving you practical tips to help you. So tip number 1 is fix your leaky gut. So if you missed my show on leaky gut syndrome, it's so important that we fix the integrity of our gut wall, because we don't want it to be open to the microplastics and other toxins that we may be experiencing. So this is something that's really, actionable events that you can do to help to fix your leaky gut. It is possible. The good thing about the gut is that it can heal in as little as 5 days. So you can fix that leakiness. You just need to know what to do. So please check out my show on leaky gut, and that will help you. Tip number 2 for detoxing the microplastics is to incorporate more probiotics into your diet. So whether that's foods or a probiotic supplement, again, when we're talking about probiotic supplements, they're not all created equal, which I will show you when I show you the demonstration today, something to be aware of one of the ingredients not to ingest in your probiotics in terms of the manufacturing process, and that I will get to in just a moment, as well as enzymes. So tip number 3 is to make sure that you are secreting enough of your digestive enzymes, but also may need to go to an enzyme supplement that's full spectrum. Again, I prefer a plant-based enzyme. I promise that we'll share links below this video if you are watching on YouTube, so that you can have reference as to where to look for a great enzyme product. Now, tip number 4 is to do regular full body detox, as well as addressing that microbiome. So parasite cleansing is something that I am big on, and making sure that I do it personally 3 to 4 times a year to get rid of those less favorable organisms that may be in the gut. And this is something that's, important for me and my overall health, but more importantly, my immune system as well, because we know that over 80% of our immunity does come from our gut and having that healthy gut. So that is part of, detoxing the microplastics as well. Tip number 5 is to, in part of healing that leaky gut, is to include a functional protein. So you want to have a good absorbable protein in your diet to help to get not only the protein that we need for our immune system, for our enzyme function, for our good muscle mass, which is part of longevity as we're aging, but also to get some glutamine, which is very reparative to that leaky gut, as well as other nutrients. So finding a good functional protein powder is really helpful for healing that leaky gut. And tip number 6, of course, is to increase your indole 3-carbinol and DIM foods. So what are those? Those are the cruciferous veggies. So that's something that's easy to do. Broccoli, cauliflower, like I said, bok choy, kale are the indole 3-carbinols, Brussels sprouts as well, if you don't like to take them. So what I do, I have a little hack for that. I actually take it in a capsule form, which is very helpful for me to ensure that I'm getting enough every single day of freeze-dried, these indole 3-carbinol veggies, all in a freeze-dried capsule, which makes it really easy to do. Okay, now really quickly, we're going to talk about toxins in foods and supplements. Now, this is something that I've touched upon in other videos. So one of the things that I want you to be aware of is the fake meat. Can I call it that? So the vegetarian types of meat substitutes, I guess you could say, I won't name any brand names, but they can be very risky for your health because they could be high in glyphosate. So I had a whole show on glyphosate and what it is and why we need to avoid it, because it destroys your microbiome and all these things in terms of your healthy gut and the leaky gut syndrome. So that is something, again, in another show, check that out. But again, when looking at, a sample was tested actually, which I have the certificate of analysis here in terms of, and I won't name the brand, but in one meat patty, the glyphosate level was higher than it should be in the nanograms per grams. So the fact that even, and in another brand's burger, this was a burger, again, a meat substitute, the glyphosate level was even higher. And something to very much be aware of. So just saying, when you are ingesting these things and you start to have some digestive upset, it could be because it's not real meat, but because of some of that toxicity within that, let's call it the fake meat. I'm sorry, I had to say it. Okay, so again, it's everybody's personal choice what you put in your body. I'm not being judgmental in any way. I'm just sharing information. Okay, so the other thing that is an issue in terms of the toxins in our foods and supplements would be the fillers that are used. So often to make foods appear healthier. So this is very common in the low fat, usually in the dairy products. Fillers such as carrageenan are added and gums and other gels to help with the consistency, because often if the fat is removed from these products, then to help with the consistency of these products, then they need to add something in. And these can be very irritating. So I've talked about carrageenan and gums in other videos. So that's something that, and you've seen in my posts as well if you're following me on Instagram. And if you're not yet, please make sure you're following me at Dr. Janine on Instagram, because it's so important to, make sure that you can, some people are very visual and you like to learn from looking at things, that's me, or hearing or watching videos and things. So yeah, we share different tidbits of information, myself and my team at the Dr. Janine Show, to help to, sometimes it's just little reminders to help you on your health journey as well. So make sure you're following me there. Okay, and also fake vitamins. So this is something where I personally have a lot of experience, being a naturopathic doctor, having prescribed vitamins. I was going to say most of my life, but a lot of my lifetime as a practicing naturopath, that the difference between synthetic and whole food vitamins is really something that a lot of people just don't understand that whole concept. So I encourage you to do more research on this, but I'm always of the mind that we should get our vitamins, our nutrients, our enzymes from whole food sources. And that's why, synthetic versus whole food vitamins is something to definitely be aware of. Now, some of the fillers that are used in supplements commonly are, and I've got a few of them here, that I really want you to check your vitamin labels, because these are things, in my opinion, you should not be ingesting. So one of them is silicon dioxide. So that is something that is often put in those little packs in terms of, if you get a new pair of shoes or some electronics, it's the desiccant. Sometimes it's that little pack is even in the vitamin bottle itself to help to keep things dry. And it says right on those little packages, do not eat. Well, this is silicon dioxide. Another one is titanium dioxide. So I'll get to the titanium dioxide in just a second, but this is what the silicon dioxide is. It's a white powder, so it gets powdered down and, in my opinion, should not be ingested. There's a lot of questionable risks and safety concerns with this. Often it's nanoparticles as well, so we know for various reasons that this is not in your best interest for your health. Now, titanium dioxide is sort of the evil twin, I say, of the silicon dioxide, and that has now been outlawed. It's been banned in France since a year ago in January, and the entire EU is now getting rid of titanium dioxide, and that's going to be, again, a few-year process to eliminate it in the EU. So food for thought. It's still allowable in a lot of other countries, so depending on where you live, it's still allowable in, supplements to be ingested. So titanium dioxide, you want to look out for that one. And magnesium stearate. So magnesium stearate, I'm going to do a great demonstration in just a second. You're going to see why I don't like that magnesium stearate in supplements, not to mention it's in most pharmaceuticals as well. And I'm going to show you why, so you can see for yourself if you haven't yet seen me. I often do this demonstration on television, and it's a big eye-opener, as I'm told from all the viewers, that it's something that they simply didn't realize before. So if you're just tuning in, it's nice to see you. I'm Dr. Janine. Today I'm talking about full body detox and what they don't want you to know. We are streaming live on YouTube, Facebook, on TikTok, and on Instagram Live as well. Hello to everybody who's here on TikTok. Sturville, nice to see you. you. Vicky Barry Pierce, nice to see you. YouTube Marie, nice to see you as well. And Facebook, nice to see you, Sonia. It's nice to see all of the, my regulars that are usually tuning in, which is fantastic. So, and I'm going to share, a little story about magnesium stearate in just a moment. But some of the drawbacks of magnesium stearate are, and yeah, maybe we'll start with the demo and let's do that. Some of the drawbacks of magnesium stearate are that, of course, this is a flow agent that is used in the industry. So it's used in pharmaceuticals, but it's also used in the nutraceutical, so in the vitamin and supplement industry. And what it does is it speeds up production time. So they use it sort of as a coating. They mix it in with the vitamins, the minerals. And what it does is it speeds up, because a lot of the raw materials, probiotics, remember I was going to come back to that, probiotics by their nature are very sticky and they can hold on to moisture. So what the magnesium stearate does is it allows for those raw materials to run more quickly on the machinery so that you can get it into the capsule. But it does have toxicity issues, and that's what a lot of people don't realize. So again, I encourage you to do more research on this. It's what they don't want you to know about, what goes into pharmaceuticals and vitamins and supplements, nutraceuticals. But just for an example, the material data safety sheet, one of which, and there are many on the net, that I printed up in this instance, says quite plainly that skin may cause skin irritation with localized redness and itching, and that's why you see when I show you the demonstration, I'll put on my gloves because for fear of touching it. And just remember, this is in your vitamins, so please go and check after the show today. Please go and check all your vitamin labels and make sure it doesn't say magnesium stearate. Now, they try to trick you a little bit. And this is word of caution because it may say vegetable magnesium stearate or vegetable stearic acid. It's the same component, because when you do a little bit of digging, which I have, on that ingredient, the vegetable magnesium stearate, that sounds natural, right? And I get this question all the time. Well, Dr. Janine, vegetable, it's from vegetables. Well, no, because even the manufacturers of the vegetable magnesium stearate tell you to look at the material data safety sheet for magnesium stearate. So what does that tell you? It's the same thing. It's the same thing. Ingestion may cause digestive upset with nausea, vomiting, and diarrhea. So that's another thing to be aware of on the material data safety sheet for magnesium stearate. As well as ideally, I should have my safety glasses on, gloves, protective apron, and again, a dust respirator. Now, I'm not going to wear all that protective equipment. I'm going to be very careful myself, so don't worry about me. But that's something that you should be aware of. And for a lot of people, you're ingesting this every day, in your vitamins, and you simply don't know it. Okay. Now, what are some of the other side effects? So a lot of people can have headaches from ingesting the magnesium stearate. And we actually have a testimonial, which I'm going to share in just a moment after I do the demonstration as to why I don't use this. We're going to come back to Lucy in just a minute, so don't go anywhere, anyone, because we have our trivia section coming up. But this is something that I'm going to demonstrate now, of course, why I personally don't ingest the magnesium stearate. So let's go over here in just a second. I'm just going to have to, clean up my work area. And, okay, let me see. There we go. Okay, so in terms of putting on my gloves, that's first and foremost. Because as we saw in the material data safety sheet, this is important that we are not, sorry guys, do you need me to do this? Now I'm confused. Oh my goodness. Okay, forgive me on the podcast. I'm getting used to extra equipment here. I think that should be okay. I'm not getting any thumbs up from my control room back there, but it's all good. Okay, so here we go. Okay, thank you. So what I have here is some vinegar. And we're going to do the fun experiment that, again, that you've done probably in grade school, maybe in high school. An acid plus a base is going to have that whole volcano situation. I'm going to move my iPad out of the way because sometimes this actually explodes higher than what I would maybe want it to, especially when I do it on television. I've had like huge, oh my goodness, I've had huge explosions, and everybody knows that I'm a big klutz. So for those of you who aren't seeing this, what's happening behind the scenes is that I'm making a big mess, but it's all good. Okay, so I've got my vinegar and I've got my baking soda. So are we ready for the big experiment? We know what's going to happen here, right? So I'm adding my baking soda, it's okay, to my vinegar, and that's exactly what I would expect to happen. So that is an acid plus a base. We're going to have that volcano happening, that sort of little mini explosion in the glass. Now what I've done here is, in order to get that baking soda, so it's still baking soda, which I have vinegar again, same combination, but I've added a little bit of that magnesium stearate. So the magnesium stearate, remember, it coats. It allows for that baking soda in this case, but in the case of your vitamins and the things that you're taking, in terms of, you know, things that are supposed to be helping you, so your supplements, your herbs that contain the magnesium stearate, or remember it may say the vegetable stearic acid or vegetable magnesium stearate, it helps to coat it. Your probiotics, you know, is a great example because it's sticky as a raw material to help to get it into the capsules so that they can run their runs more quickly, saving money in the industry of making the vitamins. They use the magnesium stearate. So I'm going to show you now. Remember, it coats, it goes on top of the raw material. So again, this is still baking soda and our vinegar, but you can see that we don't get the same chemical reaction. Why is that? Because it's coated with the magnesium stearate. So this is something that I really want you to be aware of. And when you are taking, so here's the other aspect, not only may it upset your stomach, but it may also, you know, have a lesser effect in terms of your absorption of all of the nutrients that you're taking, all the supplements, vitamins that you're taking that contain magnesium stearate. You're not going to get the same absorption of those nutrients because they're coated. So this is another aspect to think of. And when people say vitamins don't work, well, often I have to agree with them. They simply don't work because you're not getting that proper absorption because they've used something like magnesium stearate in the mix. Okay, and that's what it looks like. Really quickly, the magnesium stearate is a white powder, so that's one of the things that they don't want you to know about. And that's why detoxing magnesium stearate out of your body is very important as well. Okay, so I'm going to clean that up. And we do have a testimonial really quickly. So this is from Nina, and Nina had shared that, you know, she started, and this is, I quote, "I started looking into this after getting headaches from my vitamins for several years. I had already started cutting way back on vitamins because I didn't know why the headaches happened with different brands and different supplements. After being up at 3 a.m. with another headache, I looked at the vitamins I was taking and saw the common denominator of magnesium stearate. I went online and lo and behold, other people had the same side effect of headaches. My take on this is that my body, for whatever reason, was letting me know that it didn't want it. Even though there are some saying it's a natural thing, which I just let you know it's not, of course, I'm not buying it. So thanks for posting this. I had no idea." And that was from Nina. So I appreciate, thank you. Anybody who does ever have testimonials, something that you've learned from me, from my team, we love to hear it. So thank you for sharing, Nina. So that, yeah, headaches from the magnesium stearate. So thank goodness that Nina was able to figure it out. And I hope for a lot of you that are watching or listening that you are able to figure some of these things out for yourself as well. Okay, so we are at quiz time. So if you're just tuning in, today we talked all about the full body detox, what they don't want you to know. I hope that you learned something new. Please share this video. It's so important, you know, that you share this great information because simply, you know, a lot of people don't know a lot of this info that I share, and that's why I come out and I tell the truth, and I tell you, in my opinion, what I think, you know, we need to be really careful about in terms of what we're putting into our bodies. Okay, so this is quiz time. Now I've just blocked. How are we going to do this? There we go. Is that better? Okay, so this is the fun part of the show. Remember, we're playing for, and we're running short on time, so I'm going to be talking quickly. So we've got to be quick on this. You got to be quick on your answers, and just do your best. Even if you don't know the answer, we are drawing for this. We will, the team, our sponsor, VitaTree, will send this out to you for free. Make sure you're following. If you are on TikTok, make sure you're following Team Dr. J9. That's very important so that we can reach you. Okay, here we go. Question, and these ones were not curated, so nobody knows of my team either what I'm going to be asking. Okay, team, are we ready? Question number 1. It's an anatomy lesson. What is this? Most people have 2. What is this? And I'm watching your answers as well. Supernova, good. Steve, hey, good. Brent, good. Yaz, good. 2 boys and 1 girl. Everybody's so quick. Belair. TikTok's got it. TikTok has got it. Oh, I see coming in. Instagram's fast as well. Facebook, good job. Sonia, good job. Katerina, good job. Oh, I can't even keep up with everybody today. Aisha, good job. Katerine, good job. Meg, Gret, DF, good job. Donna, good job. Mary, good job. Raina, good job. Okay, that was fast. Okay, whew. Okay, we're going to be quick. Question number 2. Everybody ready? This is all prep for next week's show, so that's why we're doing it in this way today. So I hope you're loving this. Okay, question number 2. What is this? It might be harder for you to see on TikTok. What is this? Good try, Yaz, but no. Good try, Steve, but no. Donna, more specific. Good Living Keto, no. Anybody else? Let's see here. I see a lot of answers coming in. TikTok, and Ottawa. Good job on TikTok. Diva on Instagram has it as well. Good job, everyone. Yes, Aisha has it. Good job. Aisha never disappoints, so that's fantastic. Jojo Relaxing on Instagram has it as well. Nice job, everyone. I'm so happy. Brent, good job. I hope you guys aren't looking at other people's answers. All for Jesus, his daughter. I like that handle name. Nice. Good job. Good Living Keto. Good job. Okay, everyone. Yes. So that is the gallbladder. That is the gallbladder. So good job, everyone who answered that correctly. Okay, are we ready? Question number 3. What is this? This is one of my favorite topics, if you don't know. What is this? Okay, I see Supernova. Good job on TikTok. DPS Sherry, good job. Brent, good job. Diva on Instagram, good job. Donna, good job. Sonia, good job on Facebook. Sandra, good job. Liz, Jojo Relaxing on IG, good job. Emath, I like that name. Good job. Ecastles, good job. Fi, hello, good job. Good Living Keto, good try. Dietitian, Slola, dietitian, sorry, I don't, SLAWLWA, Salva, yeah. Dietitian Salva? I think I got that right. Excuse my pronunciations, everyone, especially I'm just thinking on the podcast. I'm thinking, oh no, I'm so sorry. Great job, everybody. TikTok Grandma, 67, good job. Yes, it is the thyroid. Okay, so that was question number 3. I have 2 more to go. Question number 4. What is this? This whole, not just this, but this. Anybody know? DP Sherry must be in the medical field. Good job. Steve, good try. Steve's had a lot of good tries today. That's okay. Good job. Brent, good job. Belair, good job. Raina, good try. Good try. Anybody else? Liz, yes, good job. Liz, good job. DP Sherry, you're not in the medical field, just a patient. Okay. But that's good. I'm impressed. Yes, yep, that's good. Sorry, what was the name on that one? Emath, good job. Raina, good try. Nadia has it on Instagram as well. Good job. Anybody else? JRWXO, good job. So one more second. Sandra, good job on Facebook. Yes. So that is the large intestine, and more specifically, the transverse colon. So the transverse colon, big part of our detox and elimination. So again, make sure you tune in next week because we'll be talking all about and going into the specific organs and how we detox them. So I'm very excited for that show. Okay. Last one. Now, where should I go with this one? Shall I? No, I'm not going to be that difficult. Okay. Last one. What's this? What is this that I am pointing to? I know on the podcast it's hard for you to appreciate what I'm pointing to because I'm pointing at different organs on a mannequin named Lucy. So TikTok has it already. TikTok, I don't see it yet. No. Supernova VGN, good job. Anybody else? It helps when my producer knows what I'm pointing at as well to tell me if the answers are right. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I don't see it yet on Facebook. Good try, everyone. Elsie Castles, good job. Raina, good job. You got it. Steve. Steve is doing the crying smiley face. That's a good emoji. Margaret DF, yes. Good job. Anybody else? DP Sherry. Oh, it's the first time seeing the show. Wow. Thanks for joining. I hope you followed. We do this every week and I've got a ton of content. So I hope you enjoy the channel and please share. So Supernova, you're having fun? Yeah, that's why we do everything. Hey, I've got 5 kids, so fun is the name of the game, and I like to do little quizzes with my kids as well to try to teach them, to inspire them to learn new things. And we love using Lucy. We've had a lot of jokes about Lucy being in her box in the trunk of the car. This is Lucy. Anybody wondering what it is? So just so you know. Okay, so the answer for this one was the stomach. Good job, everyone. So thanks for tuning in. That was so much fun. And yeah, make sure you're following. If you are on TikTok, make sure that you stick around as well. But make sure you are following Team Dr. J9. I'm going to come back to TikTok and Instagram in just a moment. We're just wrapping up the show. We talked all about detox and full body detox and what they don't want you to know. I hope that you learned something new. I hope you've got more questions and comments. Please leave them in the question and comment section. Be sure to share this video as well and give me a big thumbs up and give me all those likes and things that I know that you've been doing throughout today's show, which I truly appreciate. It's always so much fun for me. It's fun for you, but it's fun for me as well. And if you're new to my channel and my platforms, make sure that you're subscribed so that you're always aware of my newest and latest uploads. Click the bell in YouTube so that you are notified when we are uploading new content, which happens every single day of the week. Everyone does have a calling in life, and mine is to empower you to live a healthy lifestyle and, of course, to do it naturally. Thanks for joining me today.